morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Yeah, sorry. So I filmed some footage last week, and I didn't do an intro. So this is a post. Yes, yeah, post works intro. Anyway, just having a walk with a dog. So last week, the car passed its retest. So where I work is about 15 miles away. I took it to the local garage by my work for the test. It came back with a massive failure sheet, wheel bearings. I knew one of them was a swivel bearing, so wheel bearings, lights, number plates, brakes are contaminated because there was an oil leak on the back axle. Parking brake was contaminated because of a leak on the front axle. Steering drop arm was loose, even though I paid a professional to do that. Windscreen wipers, indicators were missing on the front wings. Sorry, I'm just playing with the dog at the same time, multitasking. Indicators on the wings were faulty, or missing, to be honest. The LED headlights failed, and the windscreen washers didn't give enough water, apparently. So, did all that. That's the whole month of February. I didn't film it because weather was awful. Conditions, rain, snow, all sorts. Not very nice. But I've done all that. And took it back for the retest last Friday. 15 miles, drove absolutely faultlessly, no more rattles, bangs, steering wheel wobble or anything. And then all of a sudden, pulls up on the car park at the MOT place, and there is transmission oil everywhere. Turns out, when I was doing the conversion, I made my own AN8 hoses, and I bought a cheap Chinese kit off eBay, about 45 quid, and the hose burst in the middle of the hose. It wasn't rubbing on anything, it just literally just popped. So I don't know whether there was overpressure or anything. Anyway, so because it was like a proper AN8 speed quip hose job, I knew a place local to my work, Aeroquip Motorsport, if everyone wants to look them up. They had some fittings in stock. He did me a favour. I went up to his house. He went home from work to serve me. Cost me a few quid, but anyway. Yeah, so got me some repair parts, some joiners and a coupler, but the repair was a bit of a failure. It didn't work. They tried, so I ended up having to get recovered last Friday evening from work. I put 3 litres of oil in it. The gearbox holds 7 from dry, or 9, 7 or 9, I think it's 9. 9 litres from dry. I put 7 in, and I got, sorry, I think the armrest, and I got about 1 out. So give you an idea, that's how bad the leak was. It was throwing it out quicker than I can get it in. So eventually, about 2 miles from my house, I lost drive, had to get recovered on the RAC. So if any of you follow me on social media, you would have seen that. So the video that I'm going to post after this is me making up some replacement hoses. When I was buying the parts from Aeroquip, again not sponsored, but when I was buying the parts, he mentioned that I should be using a different type of hose just in case. PTFE he called it, which is like an inner braided. So it's got an inner braid of steel and an outer braid of steel, which to be honest my other one did, so I don't know how that happened anyway, but it happened. Inner braid of steel, Teflon outer, and that just popped like I said. So yeah, anyway, when I was buying the repair parts from him, the straight connectors, I couldn't use the same oil cooler. I needed new fittings, so I ended up buying a whole new oil cooler, just a little one, new fittings throughout, and new hoses. So that's what the video you'll see shortly is, me making up new hoses. So enjoy. Hopefully the footage came out okay. It was really sunny, so I couldn't see how well it was filming, but hopefully it's okay. Yeah, like again, thanks again to Aeroquip Motorsport, and hopefully you'll be able to see something shortly. I have got some more works planned, but I'll carry on with them in a bit. I have to excuse the car noises, people. So if anybody follows me on social media, you'll know that I lost drive on Friday night. It's now Sunday morning, on the way back from the MOT, which was a pass. Anyway, the reason I lost drive is because the transmission wheel cooler pipes split. So this was the gearbox end, and the local garage I had fixed. Upside down? I don't know. The local garage I had doing the MOT, it sprung the leak on the way, and I got them to install these proper race quip hoses, or whatever they're called, and this is why it didn't get me home. They missed the joint completely. That's what happens when you get a standard garage to do motorsport modifications. Be interesting to see the pipe inside of there. Anyway, let's get a new one made up and fitted. So here's just a quick view of the differences on the new hoses. So that was a eBay Chinese special, and this is like 10 times the price, from a proper race car supplier. I'll just try and give you a demonstration of, I don't know whether you can see, that's compressing as opposed to that, which does not. So first step is you mark out how long you want your hoses. So I want mine approximately that long, we'll say. So now what I'll do is put some electrical tape around this. So the reason you put the electrical tape around is to stop the overbraid fraying like that. So now what I'm going to do, because it's got steel in her, I'm going to get a cutting disc on a grinder and just zip through this quickly. It needs to be really quick into a solid surface behind it, and try and do it in one hit really, but I can't film it because I've got one hand, so I'm only filming on my phone today, so I'll bring you back in a second. So there we go, nice clean non-frayed edge, and then I'll show you briefly how to just make up one of these, I'm not sure what they're called. They're called Aeroquip fittings, so bear with me, I'll bring you back in a second. Right then, so proper way to do this is in a vice. However, I don't have one applicable or available at the moment, so it's on the fly. First thing to note, I'm not using the proper spanners, I'm using an adjustable because this is an odd size. As it happens, I used to be a tool maker and this used to fit one of the machines. I think it's 22mm. So that happens to fit on there and that fits on there. And what happens is you push this, oh come on, out a nut, push that over your fitting like so, so that goes that way on, and you'll see now the reason why the fraying was so important. Nice. To avoid. So what you need to do is you get that all the way down inside of there, so there's just a tiny bit of a gap. You should really take the tape off, but in fact, yeah, let's take the tape off. That's what you want to try and avoid, that fraying. Anyway, so basically screw that down as hard as you can get it. So that's just, you're never going to see that, just off the bottom, and then wind it out a touch. So it's just, I don't know, 1 or 2 mil off the bottom, and then get your other fitting. You can just see that bit of WD on there, as you can see, and I do mean a bit. And what that does is, because it's aluminium on aluminium, it just stops it binding. So wind him in. Because these are stupid expensive fittings, the tolerances are so tight you can get a bit of binding. So now you need to think about switching over to your spanners. Like I said, professionals do this in a vise. I'm neither a professional or do I have a vise available. As you can see, I'm in the street, you can hear the cars. So hold him down. Adjustable spanners already adjusted. And tighten one against the other. You can get aluminium spanners, same alloy as the fittings, stop scratching. But again, I had to buy this equipment on the fly. In fact, the guy I brought these hoses from didn't recommend using them because they splay. Because it's the same metal, it's got no strength to it, unlike obviously steel against alloy. So that's starting to get tight now, as you can see. So I'm going to switch to holding it down like that, supporting it with my finger, and then just proper way to use these, always push against the fixed vise, fixed jaw. You'll notice you can't hear any squeaking or anything. That's because I just put that little dab of lubricant on there. Insert jokes about lubrication levels. So as you can see, it's really starting to get some tension on that. These are 12-inch. Adjustables, and you can see that's really starting to crimp one against the other. Charming. As you can see, that's not going anywhere. That still spins for ease of installation, but the nut itself is locked in solid. I'll give it one more for good look. You can see the tightness on that, and that's it. That's how you make them. So I'll do the same for that end. There. Exactly the same for that end. That's been cut when I brought it. That's the cut end. So I'll do the same for that end. I'm having 90-degree fittings on both ends, and I'll bring you back shortly. Right then, bit of a little interval later, and there we go. 2 new hydraulic rated hoses, perfectly swivel, etc. Can you see that? There we go. So yeah, 2 brand new hoses, all done. Time to pop them in the car. Got a new oil cooler, but I don't think I'll be able to fully mount that today. I was going to loosely mount it so I can get the oil back in it. Right, bring you back shortly. So, whether you can see the extent of the leak. On the exhaust, all the way back there, and the actual pipe split somewhere here. So, new pipes are installed, one there, one at the top. They just need to be clipped back up to the front of the car. So, excuse the cable tie mounts, it's not going anywhere, it's just until I can get some brackets made up from here to locate on these lugs. So, I just want to get some oil back in the gearbox, so it's not going to do any miles, it might just go up and down the road to test it. So, there we go. I'm just going to put this grill back on. So, thank you for watching. Hopefully that video has been helpful on how to make up, I think they're called Speed Fit or Aeroquip, or sort of the race series hoses. You'll be able to look them up. But yeah, hopefully that was helpful. Give you a bit of insight. The key thing is the WD-40 or lubricant of some sort. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and see you soon. I have got, this is force in my hand with the extra oil cooler and stuff to some more works. So, because I'm not quite happy how it's fitted at the moment, I just need to make up some brackets for it. But it has forced my hand into making some cosmetic changes, which I've pushed the button on and already actually started before I've told this video. So there should be a couple of videos coming up shortly with some cosmetic changes to the Land Rover, and yeah, so there we go. Thanks for watching, guys, and yeah, I'll see you soon. Stay safe. Just want to say also big thanks to the lads on Bug Out Vehicles UK. I spoke to Rich, put it out there, and obviously that I've started the channel, and my subscribers grew, God knows how many fold. I've got on about another 5-fold in a night. So yeah, welcome to the new subscribers. Hope you are enjoying it, and if not, I'm sorry. Filming's not my strong point, or neither is mechanics. But hey ho. But yeah, hopefully you're enjoying it, and stay tuned. You'll see a bit more on the Land Rover, and hopefully when the meets come round, you'll be able to say hello, have a beer or whatnot, if we're eventually ever allowed out again. There's Doggo. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for subscribing.